I'm not going to allow you to control my program. I'm going to control my program.
Yeah.
So me keeping you out of it is still kind of, to me, giving you a little bit
Power.
Too much power. So I'm going to allow you to be in my space because I'm allowing you to be in my space.
Oh, that's good.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'm taking back control because one thing my therapist told me was that when you are upset with people or you feel a way towards them or you're keeping them away from you, it's taking a lot more out of you than you think.
Oh, that's so
good.
It
sounds like, I'm just pushing them away. Actually, it's a lot more to push people away than to allow them in because you have to go out your way, in a sense, to avoid that person or stay away from them.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to do that.
So the real question is, are you healed or are you hiding?
Exactly. Exactly. And I don't want to hide.
I want to be.
I'm too out there to be hide.
What Megan said, I had to block you, but you still gotta watch this.
You still gotta watch this.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Middle Child Podcast with your girl, Royal Boles. And as always, you are seen here, you are loved here, and most definitely, you are appreciated here. I am super excited, guys. Still on a high because we have made it past episode 50. And you already know I said I was going in once I hit 50 episodes. And I am ecstatic. I have an absolutely phenomenal person on the couch today. I don't even have the words to describe this person, which is always good because if you can find words, then I don't know. But anyway, let me stop talking. I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to LaDarrius Hutcherson, aka LHut. Hey.
Ooh, oh my God. That was an amazing intro.
Really?
Thank you.
It is. Like you're absolutely like phenomenal. I was scared to even ask you to come on here.
No.
Yes, I was so scared.
And you know what? A lot of people are like that.
Really?
Yes, and it's, I know how it is because I know how it's been for me before, especially when I was first starting, reaching out to people and reaching out to brands and people just ghosting you.
Yeah.
I am the type of person where it's either a yes or a no with me. I'm gonna respond regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you get to that point?
I think it's because just from my journey and coming up and I remember when I first started, it was a lounge that I really wanted to work with. It was brand new. It was really nice. I reached out to them and I was like, I would love to work with you guys, love to do content. It was like, what are you gonna do for us? They circled back.
Yeah.
And they was like, could you come and work with us? I was like, do you remember? I'm not the type of person, I don't hold grudges, but I was like, do you remember?
Yeah.
I was like, no, we don't remember. But then they was like, well, we just didn't understand at the time. You made us understand. So I always give people a yes or a no regardless because I know how it feels to just be left out there.
Right. It's uncomfortable.
And it's already enough to try to put yourself out there to ask people anyways. Like it takes a lot to do that. So, I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. Before we get started, I do have to ask, if you could describe your life right now in one word, what would it be?
One word, I would say grateful.
Oh, okay.
And I know that's such like a generic type of overused word maybe, but I can't really think of anything else, and that's really for a lack of better words. And because if I'm just having to say one word, because it's so many different opportunities that are coming to me, so many different things that I'm doing that I could have never like saw or fathomed, to be quite honest with you. And so I'm really just living in, I feel like a lot of answered prayer, to be honest with you. And it's just a season of gratitude for me. Maybe that's another word. If I would toss it up between grateful and like gratitude. I'm experiencing a lot of firsts in this season of my life right now. And at every turn, I'm just like, oh my God, like what's next, you know? And it's just keeping me at a level of just gratefulness, to be honest with you.
That is so good. It's funny that you say that because this morning I had a whole crying session.
No.
Yes, but it was out of gratitude. It was like I just didn't know where it came from. I was just so grateful because I'm just like, like, I'm really here doing this.
Yeah.
Like, you really trusted me with this.
Absolutely.
And it was just, the tears just wouldn't stop flowing. Because like you said, that's the only thing that could really explain it. And although a lot of people overuse it, once you actually feel it,
it's a different
thing.
It hits different.
It does.
Because you hear the word a lot, but it's like once you really feel like, oh wait, I'm actually grateful.
Yes.
It gives chill.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was one of the first moments will it really set in for you?
In this season or just in general?
Just in general.
I think for me, so my first video went viral in 2022.
Okay.
And I went to a restaurant called Ruth's Place.
Okay.
It was in Irondale, Alabama. It's no longer there. The owner, she actually passed away. God rest her soul. But I went there, did a video, it went viral. And that is the video that changed my life.
Yeah.
But the thing that really, when it really hit for me, so that was like August 2022. Okay. October 2022, I was at Magic City Classic. And this was my first year at Magic City Classic after going viral and people starting to learn who I am.
Yeah.
And people were just coming up to me. They were like, oh my God, I love your videos. And it was just so real for me. I was just like, what? And it happens to me a lot now. But then I was just like, wait a minute, what's going on?
Yeah.
My life is not the same anymore. At that moment, that's how I felt. And so that was really the moment for me. It was that time.
That's amazing. That's did you always know that you wanted to be a content creator or you wanted to be in this industry?
Do you want the long story?
Yeah, give it to me. Give it to me.
Okay, so I've literally always been a creative person.
Okay.
When I graduated high school, I'm gonna take you back a little bit. I ain't gonna go too far into it, but when I graduated high school in 2010, I started learning like graphic design on my own. So this was around like 2010. Okay. And so, and this kind of starts my journey of being a creative mind. Because I feel like as a content creator, you have to first just be a creative being in general. And so I always think back to that time because I created my own graduation invitations and I was learning how to edit videos, very little, very minimum in like high school, senior year. And so I started to kind of play around with like editing and different stuff like that. And then by the time I got to college, I was editing videos. Like I would make little random videos and edit them. Never went nowhere, never showed nobody. That was just for me. 2015, I graduated college in 2014. 2015, I started a YouTube channel. And I was doing workout videos. I was doing meal preps, all of the things. And I was editing videos then. And so over the course of time, I went from that. I started doing like the challenge videos. You remember like they had like the spicy noodle challenge. Yeah. And they had like the it was different challenges on YouTube, the cinnamon challenge, and it was a big challenge trend in maybe like 2015, 2016,
like
something like that.
Like the water challenge and all
water challenge, all of that. I was doing all of that. The mouth guard challenge, everything. I still got the videos, but they're archived on YouTube. But I was trying to find my way. I was trying to figure out my thing, and I was just like, maybe YouTube is just not for me because it wasn't getting the traction that I thought. Yeah. And granted, like I probably could have stayed in it or whatever, but like the person that I am, I decided to go back to college again. Okay. So I went for my master's. I started that in 2017, graduated in 2019. Okay. So after I got my master's, I was bored again. And I was like, so then I started doing, I graduated December 2019. COVID hit March of 2020. I was bored in the house. Yeah. So I was bored in the house and I made this video on TikTok. Was it TikTok? Yeah, it was TikTok. It was like in the club type of challenge where it was I don't remember the song. It was like some being slide up down. Some I forgot what the song was, but I did it and I put it on Facebook. Okay, and it went crazy. It went viral on Facebook. Oh wow! And I was like, oh my God! Now this was 2020. Yeah. And so from that point, it kind of sparked something in me to get creative again. Oh, but also too, just backing up a little bit, 2018 to like 2021, I had a graphic design business.
Okay.
So I tapped back into the graphic design. So when you watch my videos and you see me putting like the logos of people's businesses in my videos, that was kind of like an ode to that side of my life. Like when I was doing graphic design. So that's kind of like why I put the businesses logos in my videos and stuff. That was just something that I was just used to being able to do. So anyways, fast forward, I was just going around. I was creating content. I started going to like different restaurants with my friends and stuff. They were going nowhere. It was doing nothing. The videos was getting like 40 views, 100 views, just my friends and family and stuff like that. Then 2022 came around and I did that video. And that's when it just took off for me. Yeah. And I felt like the journey of me being a creative person, it all just started to kind of make sense because I was able to merge my worlds together so seamlessly. And then another part of my life that I forgot to mention is that in 2014, I started working in marketing when I graduated college. Okay. So at that time, I didn't realize that, oh, wait, now I'm going to be doing influencer marketing because that's essentially what I do. Yes. So all of my things that I've been doing, it just all worked together and came full circle for me.
That is, and I think that's what a lot of people fail to understand. Like everything that you go through and everything that you have ever experienced will eventually work together for your good.
Yeah, because sometimes people see you and they think it's like overnight. Yes. I'm like, no, these things it was kind of brewing. It's been brewing since 2010. Yeah. And that's why people are like, you're overnight. He just came up out of nowhere. No, I've been doing this for a long time. Yeah. I've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, you're just now seeing me.
You're just not seeing me.
Because I had to stay consistent.
You have to stay consistent. I thought I was giving up in 2015 with the YouTube thing, but I wasn't giving up. I was just really prepping myself and preparing myself for right now.
Right.
God said, not right now, son.
Man.
But in due time.
Jeez. What is it? Delayed doesn't mean denied.
Doesn't mean denied.
Oh gosh, that is so good. Okay, let me snap back. All right, because I had got some news last night and it had just took me like emotionally like down through that, and so that was just like a friendly confirmation for
Absolutely.
me. So during those moments of you kind of coming back around and finding yourself, was there like a specific prayer you were praying? And then he answered it in, of course, his unique ways.
Oh, it's so crazy that you asked that. Oh, I love you already. No, that's so good because literally the thing that I was praying for was purpose. Because I felt like I was losing. I wasn't able to figure out my purpose in life. Like I told you, I went back to college in 2017, graduated in 2019. From 2019, probably through 2022, when everything started happening for me, I was literally in a whirlwind of trying to figure out who I am.
Oh my goodness.
So much so that my grandma passed in 2021. And after my grandma passed, I lost my sense of purpose even more. Because that's like, she's like next to with my mom as far as like raising me in a pivotal part of my village. And so I felt like I was in a twilight zone. Yeah. And yet again, I applied to go back to school to get my doctorate. Why? I have no idea. But that was all that I knew. Yeah. And so I was just trying to go for something that was familiar to me that I knew would kind of make me feel some sense of purpose. Yeah. And I was praying. I remember praying to God at the time. I'm like, God, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? So I'm in school I started in 2021, August of 2021, back in school to get my doctorate or whatever. And the whole time I'm doing it, I'm just like, I just feel like I'm just going along. I'm just doing something to fill a void. Yeah. You know, and I was praying. I was in such a dark part of my life. It was such a dark season for me. And I was just praying. I was like, Lord, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing? And when that video went viral for me and I started to get people writing me saying like, you're so funny, like your personality. And it's like, wait a minute, you like what I'm doing? I'm in the dark part of my life right now. As I'm creating this content, that my early on content, when I first started, I was in a bad mental space. I didn't start therapy until 2024. Yeah. So 2 years ago, I started therapy and it changed my entire life. But I had to work on myself and my relationship with God and understand why I was in that season.
Yeah.
You know, and I always tell people that I feel like that was my humbling season.
Yeah.
That was a season for God to sit me down and really focus more on him and lean into what he wants for me versus what I think I need, what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm going back to school thinking that this is me fulfilling my purpose. But I realized that my purpose is people.
Yeah.
Like, my uncle always said this to me, I've always been a people magnet, but I didn't realize that was the thing that was my purpose.
Yeah.
And so this helped me figure that out.
Oh my goodness. I'm over here like my eyes getting watery. I don't even know if you can tell. Because right before I started the podcast, I was in that place.
Yes.
I told my best friend all the time, I was just like, I don't know what my purpose is. I was like, I feel like people just know. People grow up, they're like, I'm gonna be a doctor, I'm gonna be an attorney, I'm gonna be an entertainer. And I was just like, God, I don't know what it is for me, and I'm frustrated. Like, I'm getting caught back in cycles. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And so he's like, okay, give me 6 months. So I took 6 months off social media from July to December of 2024. And at the end, he said podcast and law school. I'm just like, podcast, I can do law school, I don't know. So I started recording for the podcast. And then when it got time for me to record, I needed this light. So I was like, all right, the light was supposed to be here on a Monday. I had it recorded on a Saturday. I said, God, if this is what you want me to do, I will give it my all if this light is here today. It got there at 10 o'clock Saturday morning. And it was like, being a podcaster has just been so effortlessly. And then it's also been, like you said, a humbling season because he's in the pruning. He's pruning me right now. Like, he's taking stuff out. He's putting in what needs to be. And at the same time, humbling me in so many different ways. So it's just interesting that you were praying for purpose because that's how it sparked for me. And so
I wholeheartedly resonate with that. Like, I sincerely do, because I can literally, just like you say, that day when that light came, I literally remember the day that I went to go record that video. It was August 15, 2022. It's a date that I will never, ever in my life forget, because just like when you said that, I didn't necessarily say, God, that if this video goes viral, but it was just like that day stands out to me so much because my friend is the reason why I went to the restaurant, and she was like adamant about me going with her, and I was like, no, I don't want to go. But I think that when we step away from ourselves and get out of our own way, it's God telling us, I am about to position you. And literally, as I was going back and forth with her, like, no, I don't want to go there. She was like, no, let's go. I said, okay. I put my pride to the side. I put myself to the side, and I went. And sometimes I feel like God, sometimes he speaks through other people to us. And my friend, she don't like to take the credit for it, but I'm like, you are a big part of this whole thing, because he was in the neighborhood. And that's sometimes you have to align yourself with people that will allow God to be within that neighborhood.
That's true. And don't let you let up.
Because
if he's trying to get it to you, he's like, okay, well, he's not listening.
Let me get somebody else.
Oh my goodness. Your support system is so important.
Very vital.
Oh my, how did you begin to curate your support system?
As far as friends? I think, with me, naturally through time. I always tell people that I have friends that I'm friends with. We've been friends since elementary school. I have friends since middle school. I have friends since high school. I have my college group of friends. I have my group of friends that, when I started my professional career, and we worked at a job together for like 7 years. We're like family. We still be around each other. Then I met people through, social media and different things like that. So different areas of my life has curated different relationships for me. But the blessing about it is I feel like God is so intentional when it comes to me, because he has allowed me to be around some of the most amazing people. And I needed them at different steps of my life. So everybody is important to me, no matter if you've been in my life for 2 years or if you've been in my life for 20 years, you're important to me because I don't allow everyone in. So if you're a part of my life, it's for a very, very, very good reason. And also, too, another great thing is even the different areas of my life, everyone has been able to seamlessly come together.
That's beautiful.
And so it's never like no drama, never like no craziness like that, because I don't operate from that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't play people against each other. And I'm a vibe. Like I bring people together. We have a good time over here. Like we're not doing none of that.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, so I'm so headstrong. I'm so stubborn.
What's your sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm so it has to be logical for me. And so I feel like it's hard for my friends to tell me or to correct me. How do you have friends that are able to correct you in your circle?
Yes.
Okay.
I do. But here's the thing about me though. One of the people that's the closest to me is my cousin.
Okay.
Like my blood cousin. We're first cousins. Her dad and my mom are brothers and sisters.
Okay.
So we're super duper close. And so if nothing else, if nobody else is able to get through to me, she is.
Okay.
And sometimes I may not even listen to her in the moment, but I trust her opinion so much that I'll sit with it for a minute and I'll say, you know what, maybe I am overreacting, maybe I am doing too much. And my cousin, she's super, and I'm the same for her, but we are a lot alike.
Okay.
But we're also very, I don't even know the word to use, but we're rational.
Okay.
We're super duper rational or whatever. And we try to see things, optimistically as best we can. And so when she's giving me advice or I'm giving her advice, I feel like we both give it from that standpoint. So I have other people in my life, but when it comes to ranting and getting things out and like being flustered or frustrated about something, I'm going to more than likely go to her.
Okay.
So other people are able to give me like generic advice. Not to say that they're not important.
Right.
But that's just my person, my cousin. So we kind of like are each other people and we talk about things that are maybe not so that I would have with every one of my friends.
Got it, yeah.
But sometimes it might be little things. Like I could be in a situation where like I'm a very stubborn person.
Okay.
And so if I rock with you, I rock with you. If I don't rock with you, but I'm not going to treat you bad. You're going to know that I don't rock with you. Right. I'm not a fake person. I don't know how to be. So we in the room and I'm just like, minding my business. Somebody come in and I'm like, I don't vibe with them. I'm not going to treat you bad. I'm going to be good on you.
Yeah.
My friend's like, don't do that. Like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a Scorpio.
Okay.
And so.
Okay. But you got to protect your peace at all costs.
I always have to protect my peace.
Yes.
Especially in the world that I'm in and with, me coming up and what I have going on. Sometimes you just have to, it guards you a little bit.
Yes.
It does.
Yes.
It guards you and it kind of has your head on the swivel. So.
That's nice. And it's good that you have people around you that can, help you in certain different seasons.
And also too, I'm an intentional friend.
Okay.
So I don't really do things I try my best to not do things I try to learn my friends. And I try to learn the things that they like and don't like. And I have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
And it's a lot to figure out, but over time I realized that, oh no, my friend don't really like that. And if I know my friend don't like that, I'm not going to do that thing to my friend that I know my friend don't like.
Right.
And I feel like as a friend, if you do that to your friend, you just maybe not be a good person. So if I know that my friend doesn't like, let's just say I have a friend that's not really mixy. They like to have solo time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put you in a situation where we go out, I'm like, oh, such and such is on the way.
Yeah.
Well, that makes my friend put their guard up.
Yes.
And I'm putting them in a situation that they don't necessarily want to be in. So as friends, we have to learn how to compartmentalize. And we also have to learn how to meet our friends where they are. And I always tell people, if you're not willing to do that, then you need to reconsider the friendship.
Yes. Yes. You need to do a evaluation.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that is so good.
Absolutely.
Thinking about evaluation, thinking about friends, thinking about people being close to you, just helping you to grow and become a better person. You wrote a book called Bloom.
Yes.
I love that name because it's a word that you can use in every season of your life. For so many different reasons. So how did you even come up with the concept?
So the full name of the book is Bloom Where You're Planted.
Okay.
But Bloom is of course the main title. But in 2024, just like with everything else, I always, like I told you before, what you're going to learn a lot about me is that with my life, something happens first, then something else comes from that.
Okay.
that's just kind of how my life has always been. And sometimes in a moment, I don't understand why I'm doing this, why this certain thing is happening for me. But then it starts to make sense later. So let me kind of explain to you why I say that. So in 2025, I'm sorry, I forgot, 2025, in April of 2025, I got an email from a lady named Lisa, who is the coordinator for TEDx Alabaster. TEDx is a sister company of TED Talk. And, you know, TED is a big brand. They have like 90 million subscribers on YouTube. TEDx has about 45 million subscribers on YouTube. So she was like, hey, we're doing TEDx Alabaster. They're coming to Alabaster, and we want to have you a part of it as a speaker. And so I'm like, hold on, pump the brakes. Me?
Yeah.
I was so floored, and I'm like, okay, so my flabbers are gasted because I'm not a speaker. Like I don't do speaking or whatever. She was like, no, you have a story. People want to hear your story. You come from Birmingham and you've done this thing that has pretty much never been done before, and you doing it in a very unconventional way, and you know you doing this, that, and the third. We want to hear your story. Right. So I thought about it for a while, and I was like, I'm sure there's so many people out here who probably get paid to speak, who would love this opportunity or whatever. So I'm like, I don't know. So I thought about it, I prayed about it, and I was like, you know what? Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. So I had a conversation with her. She was telling me about it. Because honestly, I had heard about TED Talk. I've watched TED Talks before, but I never in a million years thought that I would be standing on that little red dot that you see and talking. Yeah. So from April to August, because the TED Talk was August 15th or August something, I forgot what the date was, like August 8th or something like that. From April to August, I was figuring out what my talk was going to be about. And we didn't get a teleprompter. We don't get PowerPoints. You have to memorize between like 8 to 12 minutes of material. And I know that sounds very like minimum, but it's actually super duper difficult because I went through like 6 or 7 iterations of my talk. Yeah. So what I went on the stage with was not what I started with. Okay. And so that's the first part of it. Narrowing down and talking about like figuring out what you're going to talk about first thing, and then writing it out and expressing yourself. But I had a college friend named Ro who was familiar with TED and the brand and things like that, who kind of helped me in the inception of it in the beginning. And I was like, well, I want to talk about being from Birmingham, or being from a city where people feel like you have to leave your city to become to make an impact. Yeah. And so I was like, I want to talk about like the impact that you can make right where you're from, or not necessarily even where you're born, but just making an impact about where you're at, like planting your roots wherever you are and letting them spread. So in that, when I started writing and talking about it, I titled it Bloom Where You're Planted. Okay. And so I did the talk. It went amazing. Everybody loved it. So fast forward to that, in 2024, I was speaking with a publisher because I did want to write a children's book. Okay. So I circled back to her and I was like, look, I don't want to do a children's book right now, but I do want to write a book about my TED, in honor of my TED Talk. Right. But I want to expand on it more. And so we got back together. We started writing it out. And I was able to tell my story in more depth. Yeah. And really give people the opportunity to see deeper into what I meant when I was on that stage. And I pay homage to, of course, Birmingham, my family. Yeah. It's not a memoir. It's more of a reflection. And it's more of a cautionary tale, to be honest with you, to let people know that this, again, is not overnight. And there are going to be some struggles. Right. There are going to be some things you're going to have to endure. I talked about that in the book. And I just gave little very highlights of my life. Right. Like I said, eventually at some point in my life, I would love to do a memoir. But this is not that. It's just something to motivate people and give people the opportunity to see all of this through my lens and hear from my voice and come out of my mouth, and not just assume things. So that's kind of how that took place. That's nice. Yeah. How was the journey writing your book? Did it just flow effortlessly? I know it came from the TED Talk. Yeah, it did flow effortlessly. But to be honest with you, it was therapeutic, but it was also some sad moments. I remember one night writing, and I just had to just stop, and I was just sad. Like I felt, I'm not an emotional person in the sense of like, I'm emotional, like I care, but I'm not a big crier like that.
Okay.
If I cry, I really, really care.
Yeah.
But I did shed some tears, and even at my Eat and Greet event, I have it. It's my annual event that I do. I had it back in February of this year. It's every year in February. When I got off the stage, D. Reed was the moderator for the event. I had some great panelists on there: Youre, B. Lynn, Floster Mack, Detroit Reed, and Tiffany Nicole White. I had them on there as panelists. When I got off that stage and I saw my family, I boo-hoo cried like a baby.
Yeah.
And it was in honor of my book. So the name of it was Eat and Greet 3 Bloom for Your Planet. And so everything just came together so well. And the process of writing the book was difficult, but the outcome of it and the people that has received the book and just, I'm like, read it and like know more about me. It just feels like I have uncovered a whole new layer.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah. It's so interesting that you say that, because in order for something to grow, it has to be watered.
Yes.
And your tears is just watering the fertile ground for you to continue to grow up. And one thing that I literally just hit me as I was talking about this, I feel like one of my favorite plants is a bamboo. And it's because they grow underground, and when they grow, they sprout up. There is no slow elevation. It's like it comes up. And that just, I feel like that's, as I hear your story and have followed your journey, what people think is overnight, I think it was just your bamboo season where you had no choice but to sprout up.
I love it.
Because you were watering like fertile ground. And so that's just amazing.
Thank you
like
so
that
much.
is, of course, that is just so amazing. What is one of the things that you feel like was the hardest to overcome in your journey thus far?
Overall or influencer journey?
Just overall.
You know what? I think the thing that has showed up mostly is me being, it's a stubborn side of me. That's the one thing that I have had to really get over. I think that I am so, sometimes I could be just, when they say get out of your own way, I could be in my own way. And let me tell you how, because I love to give an example. Yeah. Because I don't like to just say nothing.
No, I love it.
So, like I said, when I'm cool on you, I'm cool on you. If I feel like you do something to me to spite me or to anything I feel like you're doing kind of shady, you're moving kind of funny or whatever, I don't let you play in my face, you know? And so what I'm realizing though, through therapy, through growth, through life, and then also too, I'm from the north side of Birmingham. That's just kind of how we wired, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of like how I came up. Yeah. And so what I'm learning now is that I need to stop taking, everything is not personal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's me.
Yeah. Sometimes people could be having something else going on in their life, and it's not necessarily against me. Right. Because I have people who have done things that I feel like, I don't really rock with that. Then they come back to me, they want to do business, and then I'm like, right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I got to let go of things. Yeah. Ooh. So that's been a challenge for me because I'm in a season of demand. People, I'm in demand. Yeah. People wanna work with me. People want me to be a part of what they have going on, and I'm so grateful for it. And sometimes some people that's involved in it are people that I'm just like, I don't really rock with. Right, them. You know what I'm saying? And that's one part that's been a challenge for me, to be honest with you. That is interesting.
How are you maneuvering through that? Because that's me. Yeah. That is, granted, I am humble. I'm humility is just my thing, but I feel like I'm in that season to where, like you said, if I don't rock with you, I don't rock with you. And it's almost, I'm working on relinquishing my right to control and revenge.
You have to relinquish. Yeah. Just, you know what? Recently I've had a revelation, and I think I just came off vacation. Okay. And so I think being on vacation gave me time to sit down and get away and reflect. Okay. And I was like, you know what? Some of the things that I feel for people, I'm going to let it go. Okay. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to release it. and I'm going to give it another shot.
Oh, okay.
And that's so hard for me. I'm just not that person. I don't. Once I'm off you and you, I'm just like, but I'm like, because a lot of things are tied to like different business relationships and different things for me to build and to expand or whatever. So I'm like, I'm going to give it another go. Ooh. I'm gonna put everybody on a whole new slate.
Yeah.
I'm having an event coming up soon. I invited some people to the event that I'm just like, I don't really want you in my space because I ain't like the way you move on some stuff. But I extended the invite to them. And I'm just like, I'm going to get out of my own way and see how this goes.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing.
Okay.
There's a caveat to that.
Of course.
I'm getting out of my way.
Okay.
And I'm giving you the opportunity.
Yeah.
But if you prove me right,
yes,
it's not gonna be good for you.
Yeah. That's it. That is it.
That's it. So I'm trying to work on that.
Yeah.
Honestly, because I feel like I don't want to stagnate my own growth.
Yes. Let me tell you what, I gotta give Bible. Absolutely. You making this move reminds me of where the Bible says he'll prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies.
Yes.
But a lot of people think that it's, okay, he's going to give me this so that I can show out.
Yes.
And it's more so he's giving you this so that you can welcome your enemies in to show them that, one, who you serve and that you're of service. So you making that step. And
also, too, is showing your enemies that in today's term, this is my program. And so I'm not going to allow you to control my program. I'm going to control my program.
Yeah.
So me keeping you out of it is still kind of, to me, giving you a little bit
power.
Too much power. So I'm going to allow you to be in my space because I'm allowing you to be in my space.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So I'm taking back control because one thing my therapist told me was that when you are upset with people or you feel a way towards them or you're keeping them away from you, it's taking a lot more out of you than you think.
Oh, that's so good.
It sounds like, I'm just pushing them away. Actually, it's a lot more to push people away than to allow them in because you have to go out your way, in a sense, to avoid that person or stay away from them.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to do that.
So the real question is, are you healed or are you hiding?
Exactly. Exactly. And I don't want to hide.
I want to be.
I'm too out there to be hiding.
What Megan said, I had to block you, but you still gotta watch this.
You still gotta watch this.
Oh my goodness, that is so good. Okay, all right. I don't even know. Let me sit with this for a second.
I do want to ask you something.
Okay.
Since you asked me that question, I want to know the same for you.
Okay.
In the space that you're in as a podcaster. Look at me flipping as the interviewer.
No, that's good. That's fine.
I know a lot of people probably, because people don't understand that in the world of media, because podcasting is media, content creating is media, news, radio, whatever you do, everybody wants to be attached.
Yeah.
Everybody want to be gang, and everybody want to sit on the couch. Everybody's not allowed to do that.
Right.
How do you navigate the space of being a successful podcaster? You at over 50 episodes at this point. How do you navigate knowing who's wanting to be around you for your platform or who's intentionally trying to build a relationship with you?
I haven't really dealt with that much.
Great.
I haven't really dealt with that much, and I think that's one of the things I'm maneuvering through. And one of the reasons is because my ex was super successful.
Okay.
Mind blown.
As a podcaster?
No, just in general.
Okay.
Just in general. And so being around that has forced me to just, I don't want to say overlook certain things, but it's easier for me to maneuver or discern energy. And so a lot of people haven't necessarily reached out, but I've been reaching out to a lot of people. So I'm glad that I haven't had to deal with that yet.
Great.
But I also think being around that environment before will hopefully assist. Okay. And then even having him to reject me on coming on the podcast, I think has just played a major part in how I maneuver through that. Yes. Yes.
You want him to come out here as your ex?
No. Oh. At the time, I wanted him to come in as a business person.
Okay.
Granted, we were dating, but I wanted him to come on as a business person. And then he kind of rejected it. And what happened was after we broke up, he circled back around. So for me to reject him, I was just like, oh, this is easy. Like, this process is about to be easy. But however, a lot of people haven't necessarily reached out.
Okay, good.
And I think that's helping me to set the tone for my podcast. Because when they see people on like you, like Jessica, like Floss the Mac, like Detroit, then it's just kind of like, I feel like that will just set the standard. And so hopefully I don't have to.
But one thing that I will say, the reason why I asked that question is because I know that I've experienced that. And so that's why I made the statement first in saying that I know in the world of media and having a platform, I know how people can be. Because you don't even understand the things that I experience.
Yeah.
I can't even, we would need 3 or 4 podcasts
okay.
for me to tell you some of the crazy stories and stuff that happened to me. So I always just sympathize with people because I know how this thing can get. It gets really tricky. So that's why.
What advice would you give me when I enter into that season?
Discernment.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
If you feel it in your heart, it's probably true.
Okay.
Or it's probably something to that. Me, here's the type of, this is how I am. What I've learned about myself through this is that when people give me a warm feeling, I know that person is a good person.
Okay.
If I feel some sort of like friction and it's just like, I'm just like having to like, cause usually I'm a good judge of character. And so if I'm having to figure out like, I'm just gonna kind of, if we don't already have a relationship, I'm gonna kind of just let that be what it is over there.
Okay.
And so, I encounter a lot of people, and that's what I try to get people to understand all the time. I meet people, so many people every day. If I go out, I could be at the store, I could be at Publix, I could be at the park, I could be anywhere. Somebody gonna stop me, somebody gonna want to talk to me, somebody gonna want to. I could be in the middle of church. I don't care. They're gonna want to have a business dealing right there.
Yeah.
I could be out and about with some friends at a restaurant.
Yeah.
They're gonna want to pull me to say, hey, can I talk to you? I've been trying to get in contact with you. I want to do business. So it's just like always something.
Okay.
And I'm always meeting people. And so sometimes people just give me that good feeling. Okay. Like I love when I meet people, and I just like I met you today. I'm just like, I know a good person when I see one. And I just say, just do not overlook the red flags. Okay. And that ain't just in a relationship. That's in a platonic friendship, situation, whatever the case may be, because sometimes people have ulterior motives.
Yes.
And unfortunately, sometimes people show up as their representative.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
And not who they truly are. So you have to be so like you have to be so intentional about just differentiating between what is what and who is who. And I've done a great job at that. I really have. Like I keep a really close circle, really tight circle. Everybody can't get in.
Yeah.
Got a lot of associates. We can be associates or whatever, but you ain't mine. Like we ain't locked in like that. You don't know too much.
Yeah.
You know? So it's just about just using your discernment. And I feel like just talking to you, I know you have the ability to discern whether or not someone is good for you or if they need to stay where they at.
Yeah. And you ever tell you what's interesting about that? My discernment is good, but I'm bad at obeying it. And the reason is because one, for the obvious, the middle child kind of always struggled with finding identity, being rejected, this, that, and the other. And so it was one of those things where I didn't want anybody to feel like how I felt in the past. That was one, but I had to realize that's personal, that's not business.
Yes.
And then the second part was, I've read this book called Your Body Keeps the Score. And your body tells you, like you said, if it just doesn't feel right, like your body tells you when something isn't right. And I've had to heal myself first in order to trust my own body and what it was telling me. And
I think my body keeping a score has literally saved me in this space of an influencer.
Yeah.
I don't question it.
Yeah.
I really, really don't. Like I said, I'm able to, because I've been in situations like where I've given someone the opportunity to work with me, and it just wasn't a good experience for me. I'm not coming back to work with you again.
Yeah.
I'm not working with you no more.
Yeah.
And I can tell you about a situation. I could probably tell you about several situations, but one that I will tell you about, and I'm gonna be very, 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 very like general about it. I'm not gonna go too deep. But I was working with this organization for one of the biggest events in Birmingham, and they had this particular person working for them. When I say at every turn, so when I first started working with them for this big event that happens every year, she was like, I watch your videos, I like your videos, da da da. I'm like, okay, so this is gonna be a smooth selling for me. It's gonna be a great experience. Let's go. And so it starts to happen, and we starting to roll this thing out. They was like, this is the biggest event in Birmingham. We're gonna give you your own merch on our site. You're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, da da da. I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be huge. Weeks later, she come back and was like, no, we're not gonna do that because they don't some da 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 da. And the other girl who was, and I guess she was some type of sister. She was like, no, we can make it work. And she was like, no, we just don't even really need to worry about it. I'm like, well, that'll be good for my brand. But anyway, so moving forward, everything that could go wrong or that could happen to make the situation bad, it was happening. And it was under her, guidance or whatever. Right. So the day of the event, it was 3 parts to the day of the event for me that I had to be a part of. And I'm pretty sure if people watching this, they probably can assume what the event is. But again, I'm just not going to say the event. Yeah. But it was 3 parts to the day for me. And the beginning of the part started I had to be up at like 4:30 in the morning. So I had to be there, and I had to find out where I was supposed to be at in this particular part of the day. And I called her because she was supposed to be a point of contact. I was like, hey, I don't know where I'm supposed to be. She was like, well, you should have got an email. I was like, well, I probably should have, but I didn't.
But I didn't, right.
And so didn't get the email. She never got it. So we had to figure out our way how to get to where we supposed to be at. Me and my friend, she was driving me because we was in this nice car. Oh, it was a lot. Yeah. So anyways, I'm just going to say that was the worst experience of my life. But fast forward. Yeah. The girl wrote me about, I'm going to say 6 months ago at this point. And she was like, hey, I'm no longer working for that company anymore. I saw that you were looking for an assistant. I would love the opportunity to work with you. Yeah. Now, the old me would have been like, girl, if you don't get out my inbox. Yeah. But I proceeded with grace and I said, thank you so much for your inquiry, but I did find someone. I hope you find you something that works for you, da 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 da. But I'm saying all that to say that was one of those experiences for me. And of course I have so many more, but it was one of those things where it became like you had to circle back around to me. Because at the time when I was working with that particular event, it was very early on for me. So I don't know if you saw in me who I am now or whatever. And so you're going to get that. It's going to happen. Things like that are going to happen, but I could have went a whole different way. Yeah. I just decided not to.
Yeah, that is so, I just love this. I love that you trust your discernment, your body and everything. That's just amazing. And I can tell because the fruits of your labor is major. And it's just because you trust the process.
And that's crazy because I was just talking to my aunt on the way here and I was like, we were on the phone and I was like, I was like, I think I did something right by somebody in my life. Yeah. Because God is just showing me that, I never had to sacrifice nothing. I've never had to compromise my integrity. Yes. I've never had to cross nobody out or do any of those things to get to where I'm at. Yeah. It's all happened naturally through my work and through my character and through who I am. Yeah. And so I can sleep well at night knowing that I have not done wrong by anyone. These are just the answered prayers and the fruits of my labor.
Yes, that is so. And we thank you. We thank you for your yes. We thank you for just trying. We thank your friend for getting you to that restaurant.
It's all a blessing.
It is. We just, I thank you for your life being an example that, evidence of what God has for us. That's just major.
Yeah, and it's also a testament to the fact that I don't care where you come from. Yeah. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care what you ever thought of yourself or how you ever felt about yourself. It was literally all a part of God's plan. Yes. And it also makes you appreciate your life even more because even in the book, I was reflecting back on my life and some of the things that were happening to me. And just like when you and I having this conversation now, I did a lot of reflecting, but I reflected in a way of not bitterness, but in a way of like, so this happened to me at a portion of my life, but I needed that to happen to be able to endure this portion of my life, you know? Yeah. So I feel like nothing happens by mistake.
Yes.
Everything happens exactly the way it's supposed to. And I know that's, to a lot of people, that's really cliche. Yeah. But to me, it's not. Because like we said earlier, I feel like when you've lived through it and you really experienced it, you see it from a whole different perspective.
Yeah, you have to change the storyline. Every time I go through something, my dad asks me, what did you learn? And he's just like, well, if you didn't figure out what you learned, then you probably gonna circle back around to that until you can discover what did you learn from that situation.
That's good. I like that.
So yeah, that is major. That's beautiful. All right, LaDarrius, I cannot have a middle child podcast without asking, are you the middle child?
No.
What are you?
So actually, I have 8 siblings.
Okay.
Between my mom and my dad combined. I have 4 brothers and 4 sisters. So on my mom's side, I'm the baby. Okay. So really pretty much my whole life, I have been raised as the baby child, if I'm being quite honest. Okay. But on my dad's side, I have a sister and brother that are under me. Okay. So I'm still not even the middle on his child. Am I in the middle? No. Let me see. No, I'm not in the middle. Okay. Technically, I kind of am a little bit, because... Well, really not. I have an older sister and an older brother on his side, and then that's my sister and me. We have the same mom and dad. Then my other, so me and my sister are like in the middle. Okay. But I've never felt like a middle child. Okay, though. That makes sense. Even on my dad's, amongst his kids, I've always felt like the baby in a sense. Okay. Even still then, because my mom and dad was married for most of my life, and so in our household. I was the baby because my younger siblings, they didn't live with us. Okay. So I always felt like the baby child. And I still to this day, like my mom always has treated me like the baby child. And I think that never goes away. Yeah. It just don't go away. So the things that you middle kids go through, I know y'all go through a lot.
We do.
Because you're trying to figure out like
your identity.
I have this older sibling that's like been here before me. Then here I am. For a minute, I'm the baby. Yeah. And then
the baby come along.
Then the baby comes along. And then it's like, okay. So what's the ages of you guys?
So I'm 34. So it's 46, 34, 29.
46?
Yeah. It's a 12-year gap in there. Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then 29. So you were the baby for about 5 years.
For about 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it's 2 girls and a boy. So I definitely felt forgotten because then they got their son.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Here I am.
Are you 34? We're the same age.
Really?
Well, you just turned 34.
Yeah, this year.
Okay, I turned 35. But you graduated high school in what, 2010? Okay, so what high school did you go to?
I went to Flint Hill Christian. I went to a private school.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went to Carver High School.
Go Rams.
Go Rams.
My best friend works there now.
Really?
But, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my best friend works there now. That's what's up. Oh my God. Yes. The middle kids, I feel like we had to fight for identity, but
you seem to be pretty well identified.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God. Because I tell people all the time, I felt like the children of Israel just roaming around looking for purpose, identity. I just tried everything. And it was like whenever people told me I could do something, I was like, okay, cool, I'll do that. Because I was just trying to, I felt like people were telling me my identity.
Were you rebellious?
I don't.
Because I know a lot of middle kids that were kind of like, they were rebellious because they were trying to get that attention.
I wasn't rebellious. I was overly helpful.
Okay.
So like, for instance, I told my parents, I said, I'm not going to college because I don't want y'all to get into debt. So it was like I was trying to show up as the nurturer or as the helper. I was just always trying to stay relevant. Like, oh, if I help them solve this problem, then they'll remember me. Okay. So I was the opposite.
And how did your parents fight through that with you? Like, did they know that you were having that kind of like...
No, they honestly did not know it was a thing until I started the podcast. They were against it until I started the podcast. Because they was just like, even my mom, she's like, that middle child thing you be talking about. I'm just like, no, it's really a thing.
Yeah.
Because they always felt like they were there. And granted, they were. My parents been married. My sister's 46, so they've been married for 47 years. So granted, they were always there. But in the areas that I felt like I needed them, they weren't. And so they're just now coming around to understand exactly what I meant.
And listen, like I say in a book all the time, even as a middle child, as a baby child, our parents are living this life for the very first time.
Yes.
Just like us.
Yes.
And I am 34 years old, and my mom had me when she was 32 or something like that. And I'm like, I can't even imagine at this point in my life having to raise kids. And then me and my sister, we like a year and 2 months apart. She's in diapers, I'm in diapers.
Yeah.
I'm crying, she crying. And it's just like, I got so much respect.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you did that.
Yes.
Like, you did that. And even my dad, like, just going through all the things that y'all go through in life, but still maintaining, make sure we have a meal on the table, all these things. I'm like, I would be so frustrated. So I have such a level of respect for parents because, listen, you got me through this. We rocked this thing out.
Do you hear me? And I will always give you your love and respect for
always. And so that's what I'm telling people. Like, if you can, if it's doable, try to maintain as best a relationship with your parents as you can, because they tried.
They did.
They really did.
And they still are.
They still are trying. They're never gonna stop. And my mom, and like even my dad, they never stop worrying. Yes. They always worry over you and worry if you're okay, if you're good. So just give them some grace.
Yes, for sure. Oh my goodness, LaDarrius, this has been so amazing. Oh my God, I woke up nervous. I can't even tell you why I was nervous, but this has blown my mind.
Oh.
This has really blown my mind. I just have to thank you for coming on the show. But before we close it out, if you would give the people your social medias and how they can find you and purchase your book.
Okay. So I am LaDarrius Hutcherson on Facebook. I am LHut _ on TikTok and Instagram. And my book is on Amazon. You can find it there, or you can go on my website, whatsupcousins.com. I have actually a new website coming, so LHut.com will be my new website. Okay. So everything will kind of be on there. You'll be able to book me on there, all type of things. So, I'm excited. Go get the book and just keep up with all the other 50 million things I have going on.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. LaDarrius, I just want to say thank you so much for stopping by the Middle Child Podcast.
No, thank you for having me.
Of course. This was an absolute honor.
Thank you.
Of course. Guys, thank you for watching another episode of the Middle Child Podcast with your girl, Royal Boles, and my absolutely phenomenal guest, LaDarrius Hutcherson, a.k.a. LHut. As always, you are seen here, you are loved here, and most definitely you are appreciated here on the Middle Child Podcast. And until next time, have an amazing day.